Welcome, everybody, to the Saturday edition Major League Baseball Odds Couple Show. I'm sitting here today with a good friend of mine, Double J, Jamie James, a handicapper from the industry, and we're going to break down Major League Baseball. But before I introduce Double J, Brenner went 3-1 last night in the MLB and definitely profited. So today, I look forward to moving it up. I'm 30-22 on the year, several units up, and I'm going to cash today. With that being said, Double J, nice to have you on with me today.
Yeah, great to be here, mate. This is certainly a bit of an odds couple, isn't it?
Huh? Well, I would say so. I've never had anybody in here that spoke like that on camera with me.
Yeah, an English bloke here, £300 with a fit Mike Brenner.
Okay. Well, with a fit Mike Brenner, with that being said, I had a big night last night. I understand you do a lot of work in Gibraltar.
Yeah, well, I used to work as a sports trader for one of the largest offshore books in the world. Now I just play my own plays and a bit of
So that's
poker.
what you do in Costa Rica?
Yeah, that's what I do here now, yeah. And,
Okay.
back and forth to Gibraltar, so yeah, I've got
Okay,
still
well,
got the connections there. And
well, the person that told me about you said you're pretty sharp in baseball, because I was a little interested. I'm thinking, well, maybe rugby and soccer,
Yeah.
this guy's probably phenomenal, but true, Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it's just a really, really good, I mean, I don't know if the guys know this, but really probably a bit of a nightmare for bookies. I remember when I was, you call it odds maker, I think.
Okay.
They call it sports trader in Gibraltar, and very, very difficult for the bookies on baseball, so, you know.
All right, well, with that being said, there's a big slate in Major League Baseball,
Yeah.
so I'm going to kind of go down it. You give me your thoughts, and if you have a pick on one of those games, we're going to put it out there. All right, we got Washington facing they're at home against the Twins. Rourke's on the mound. Washington is 12-4. All right, Double J, their bats are the real deal, and Rourke is pretty good. They're going up against Hughes, who's pitching, Phil Hughes for the Twins, who used to get roped. All right, it's minus 130 on the money line. Anything to say on that game?
Yeah, minus 130 is pretty good value. I mean, you know, you're not going over the top there with your juice.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
All right, any you have a pick on that game?
I haven't got a pick on that game.
Okay, well, I do, and I'm going to put it out there. It's my first play of the day, Double J. I'm going with Washington with Bryce Harper, who this kid's hitting home runs like Suge Knight's getting arrested, for real. But for real, I'm taking Washington on the money line, minus 130 today. They're going to get it done. They're 12-4, and they know the Cubs are just absolutely clicking on all cylinders as well, and that fires them up. So that's my first pick. Now, Toronto, all right, J.A. Happ is on the mound, the lefty, going up against Oakland, who has Bassett on the mound. Oakland has now won 6 in a row, all right? They're playing good baseball. Any thoughts on this game?
Yeah, again, I haven't got a pick on that, but yeah, Oakland are no joke. The other day, Toronto had a bad loss, right? 8th, 9th inning.
Yes, you saw that.
Yeah, I got a bit screwed on that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
one of your losses, okay.
Yeah, it was one of the losses on that one. But
now, typically, what are you laying down on a game, if you don't mind me asking real quick?
I mean, I don't like to teach people to suck eggs, but I think it's important in case there's new viewers. I mean, every gambler must have a bankroll, of course. Yes. Let's say $100.
Okay.
We break that into 1% pieces. So $1 would be 1%.
Gotcha.
I typically bet between 0.5 to 5 units.
Okay.
Baseball, seeing I'm doing it every day, it's normally about 0.5 units that I would play.
Keeping it pretty simple then, and keeping it easy to track. All right, there's another game, Double J, very interesting. The Braves, who have lost 3 in a row now, all right, they're playing against the Mets, all right? Now, the Mets are at home, and I'm telling you right now, no, excuse me, Atlanta's at home, all right? But the Mets bats came alive. I had them yesterday, all right? Mats is on the mound today. This money line is minus 151, but the run line is plus money. Any call on this game?
God, I don't know if I'm going against you here, mate. I'm taking Atlanta to win.
Going against me.
Yeah,
here we go. The first challenge with Double J and Brenner. Okay, so what is that? What's the payback on that one?
Plus 135.
Okay.
I've got. I like it. There's a lot of money on the Mets. I'm a bit of a contrarian. I like to go against what the public are doing.
Okay.
Betting a bit like a bookie, and yeah, I really like this play. 135.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. And again, I usually, and I mean this, Double J, if I see a lot of action, the public's all jumping on one side and running to the window to cash tickets on one side, I usually stay off. But there's something with emotional mojo in baseball that I like, and it's been my edge, and it's treated me pretty good. But I think today, and I might be wrong. Hell, you never know. This whole thing could go south. But I'm banking on the Mets, and you know what I'm doing? I'm taking them on the run line, Double J. I'm really going against you because I'm going to get some bang for my buck. $1.15 is what it's going to pay back. So Double J's going with the Braves, paying back $1.35. Brenner's going with the Mets on the run line, paying back $1.15. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, there's another really good game, and I don't have to say much. The Cubs are absolutely kicking ass. 2 days ago, they have a pitcher that throws a no-hitter, 16-0. Are you killing me? I mean, this is unbelievable. That's what the book said. Are you killing me? People are jumping on, and Double J, I don't usually jump on trends, but I've cashed now 4 tickets in a row with the Cubs on the run line, and it's been 2 of them I got back a little bit, but the other 2 kept it safe, -120. I think their offense is that explosive, and Joe Madden, the coach, has gotten into this team's head. Any thoughts on the Cubs? And
I haven't got a game. I haven't got a play on that, but you know, in this industry, the old saying, "The trend is your friend."
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, I am not playing it personally, but you know, I like what you're doing there.
They're kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
so guess what I'm going to do? They've helped me 4 run lines in a row. Guess what I'm doing, buddy? I'm going for number 5 today, and I'm not kidding you. Take the Cubbies on the run line. You're only risking $1.05, okay? Again, they're up against the Reds, and John Lackey's on the mound. Joe Madden loves this guy. He got into his head. He got roughed up in Boston, so when he brought him into Chicago, he taught him a different mechanics, and I'm telling you, this kid is clicking. The Cubbies are going to get another W. They're going to cover it on the run line.
Okay.
All right, another very interesting game. All right, the Giants against Miami. All right, Miami is up against, they got Fernandez on the mound, and this kid is the real deal. Again, they're playing at San Francisco with Jake Peavy. Now, I've done my studying, and I've looked at Jake Peavy for 3 years. Now, this guy tends to get roped at home, feeling comfortable. He's a better road pitcher. Any thoughts on this game, and do you have any money on this one?
No money on this game, but what you're saying there, I agree with. But Miami's sometimes a bit of a gambler's bit of a nemesis, isn't it? They win when they're not supposed to win.
Yes.
They lose when they're not supposed to lose.
And so maybe that's the time you go the other way.
Yeah.
Okay, but they've lost 3 out of 4, so you know what? I'm jumping on it. This is another Brenner pick. I think Fernandez, who settled down last game, and he's a hell of a pitcher, all right, on the road will settle this team down. The money line is -120, so they're road favorites, and I love the position. I think Peavy's going to get just belted today, and I think Stanton's going to put a couple out of the ballpark. That's right. G. Stanton for the Marlins is going to go off, and D. Gordon, look out, probably a double, a triple, and might steal 3 bases. So that's my next pick, Miami Marlins on the money line, -120. Okay, another very interesting game is the Angels against Seattle tonight. Of course, Seattle's got Hernandez on the mound, going up against the lefty Santiago. The money line is -122 favoring the Angels. Now, typically Hernandez, even on the road, is favored. He's not in this one. Do you know anything about this game? Do you have a call on it?
No call on this one either.
Okay.
No call on this one. I mean, there was a lot of money there put in this morning there with, like you said, with Fernandez. But yeah, no pick on that.
Okay. Now, what is your second pick? What else do you got?
I like Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Colorado today. Again, a lot of money the other way, so I really like Colorado.
So they're an underdog.
Underdog, yeah. I've got dogs. Dog Saturday today.
Dog Saturday.
Yeah,
okay. What's the payback on Colorado?
+122.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So a nice one. I really fancy him today, and yeah.
Now, there's one other game, Chi Sox at Texas. Do you have any call on that one?
No call on that one either, mate. No, not on that one. Who'd you like?
Well, I was going to go with Texas, but I had a friend that called me this morning early on. This is what I didn't know if I hadn't talked to you before we filmed. He told me to pull off. Texas might have 2 injury updates that could change everything. The line may just totally flip. There might even be a pitching change. So Chi Sox in Texas, staying off of that one. So I didn't know if you had
smart.
it. What is it? You have a third play? You got 3 plays total?
Yeah, and my Oakland.
You like the A? Oh, you're going to try to I had a buddy yesterday went against me because I was on Toronto, and he looked at me and he goes, "Money, Mike, guess what? You're buying me lunch on this one." And I thought he was absolutely just crazy. That was my one loss yesterday.
Yeah,
so
really.
Oakland's the real deal, buddy. They're playing some ball.
I just love it. +142.
Ooh.
I mean, juicy, isn't it? You know, I mean, I really love it. I like Oakland a lot. They're at Toronto. A lot of money on Toronto. Talking to my guys in Gibraltar, huge money's been piled on this game.
Wow.
Wow. My slate today, Oakland's my...
That's your number one.
Yeah, that would be my 1 unit play today. I'm bumping it up.
For Triple Dog Saturday and Double J. All right, I'm going to review my picks real quick. Again, I'm going with the Washington Nationals on the money line minus 130. The New York Mets on the run line plus 115. I'm going up against Double J. The Cubs on the run line minus 105. Going for 5 in a row. They're going to cash a run line for Brenner. And my last pick, my fourth of the day, Miami Marlins minus 120 on the money line with Fernandez on the mound. With that being said, Double J, review your three real quick.
Just a quick recap. I like Atlanta to win. I like Colorado to win. And Oakland's got both at 0.5 units. And Oakland's getting the job done. Okay. We're going to double up to 1 unit on that play. I love it.
Okay, well, fantastic. Viewers, you heard it. Some great tips here today. We're going to get Double J back on again. Jamie James, all right? I'm telling you, this guy not only knows soccer and rugby, but he knows American sports as well. And the person that told me about him does not lie. He knows this industry. He's deep in this industry here in this country. So with that being said, beat your book tonight, all right? Cash the ticket and come on back with us tomorrow. Double J, thanks for coming on board.
It's been a pleasure, mate. I mean, absolute pleasure. I do all my plays for free and stuff like that. That's how I make my money, and we're going to cash today, boys.
All right, let's do it.
All right.